Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I'm moving around just a little bit. Um, Trying to get out the house so I can head out, get my day going. Oh, welcome to Wild Out Wednesday. Wild Out Wednesday, day number 9. Day number 9. Day number 9. It's gonna be an unusual commentary. Good morning, because I believe telling you guys at this point right now, I don't gives a fuck, but I am gonna have y'all riddle me this. I'm gonna put a little dime on your mind. I'm gonna put a little something on your mind over here on the One Papoose channel. Just give me a second. Make sure I get all my electronics. Mm-hmm. A dime on your mind. And trust me, it doesn't matter, because it's so far, in the game. So far in the game where it's at the point now that a lot of getting Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's case overturned is up to Miss Jennifer Bonjean. So shout out to her, and I hope that she does well with overturning the case. Good morning, Hill. But, this is for the people that kind of do rock with the One Papoose channel. Ted Hush. Good morning, Hill. Good morning. I was trying to find me some chicken noodle soup, yeah. I know I got some in here, so just bear with me. Bear with me, then I'm going to get my little synopsis out. I'm going to jog y'all memory. I'm going to jog your memory a little bit. A little bit. So, first thing before I get into that, because jogging y'all memory, I'm going to have, I'm going to do that when I get in the truck, right? Okay, but there's a young lady video that I caught. Oh, I'm so sick of this goddamn champ sending me these notifications. I ain't buying nothing right now. But she's telling her story, Sunrise Digest or something like that, right? Kind of came down my timeline. You guys have pretty much heard the story, but she tells her story using fictitious names, and so you can easily know who she's talking about. She tells her story about, I'm gonna say the name, it don't matter to me, but how she was a roommate of a friend, of a friend, that was allegedly, I'm going to put alleged because I don't know for sure, about dating or being around Mr. Kelly's circle, right? She shares her part about knowing the particular person. And if I had to guess her story, because she left it open to guess, she's talking about Asante McGee, who has the 3 kids. And the friend that she moved and lived with, I had to find my soup bowl, also had kids, right? She was telling her story, like, very thoroughly, you guys, like, to the T, right? She talks about how, you know, um, Asante McGee invited her, as well, to, come around and see R. Kelly, and she tells you how, she ended up at the mansion out in Georgia and things like that. And, and Asante McGee, instructed her about, you can't wear this particular type of clothing and blah, blah, blah. And she overhears Asante, on the phone speaking to Mr. Kelly, and, instructed to do so or call him daddy or whatever that shit is about, right? So, hold on, pour me some chicken noodle. Old-fashioned chicken noodle, y'all, with a few crackers. That's all I need for lunch. So, she goes on and on and on about Asante McGee and how Asante McGee, aligned herself in the situation. She tells the story about, how Asante McGee shared with her, that she was the lady, in charge of the wristbands and walking the crowd out in the concerts. I'm going to put her link in on my community board if you guys want to go check her out. I believe it's some Southern Digest or something, or if you guys have already checked her out. Good morning, you guys. Give me a minute because I'm gonna drop some Riddle shit in a minute. So I'll get my coat and stuff on. But it was a very interesting story, but it's also an entanglement story when we're talking about Mr. Kelly's trial. You know what I'm saying? Because you had where the government kind of had to prove that there was a lot of things going on around the multiple charges that they charged him with. So it's a very entangling story, pretty much. But where I'm going with this is that, she explains how Asante McGee had a motive, she had a motive, and she was, I needed things, I want things, and two of the primary things that she mentioned of what Asante McGee may wanted, I'm putting allegedly on this, so it's, some, a new ass, some, and got some tits and stuff. She wanted to be reconstructed, reconfigured with a new body, and, she hit a gold mine, oh my God, all I got to do is do what he asks or do what he says and blah, 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 and I can get, what I want. That's what I kind of got out of that, Um, yeah. Oh, so, like I said, I'll drop her link in my community and you guys can go and check her out. But it was obvious with Asante McGee and this young lady telling her story that, with the picture, with the dialogues that a lot of us saw, we kind of can tell that that was obvious. She talks about Asante McGee's ex-boyfriend or current boyfriend or whatever that was standing out there with Asante doing an interview with the Savages. She tells you guys about, and me, because I watched it, about how often Asante had left her 3 children behind. She tells you the story about the daughter that did the live. And she'll tell you how Asante got highly upset with her daughter about doing that because that live went viral out on the YouTube, right? And so, yeah, she describes the Georgia home to like the T, this door is this door is that. She also states how she was really, really glad, to make a decision like, nah, I ain't finna get down with this. And what detoured her was how, Asante McGee, I guess, apparently tried to invite her in on, why is this not snapping? On a threesome, right? Or whatever, and stuff like that. The allegations of how people were saying that Mr. Kelly allegedly was recruiting these girls. Well, it turned out that she stated that Asante McGee was the recruiter for Mr. Kelly. Okay? Now, where I'm going with this is that you also had another young lady come out that was affiliated with Geronda Pace. You had some more female, I think there was one more thing, right, that comes out and try to tell the stories, their truth about the young ladies, right? Now, we all pretty much was listening to the reads quite a bit over on Sylvia channel or Dottie's channel, wherever you can find it at, where they was doing these reads, right? And in those reads, you will basically hear, I can go back and recall it. I just can't recite it verbatim right now. But aligning a lot of the stuff that was in the reads to this young lady's story over there, I'm like, well, okay, we know it's hearsay, but, because they put all of these stories together to make it, factual. The government did. But when I hear her story, and then I hear Geronda Pace, I guess, what was it, a sister or someone of other come out to tell their stories. You even had some people come out and say something about the Lisa Van Allens and everything. And when the trial went on, we can hear repeatable quotes of, and sayings of what these girls were saying. But what we did not hear, or what the judge did not allow, was for Mr. Kelly to acquire a team of people that can either contest it or put it in, default, like, get, that's a tech, tech, no, that, no, no, no. So I know that it'll be too late. It may be, I'm not sure. But had that trial played out where those females that was on national TV every freaking where, everywhere. I got to show y'all a clip too, Dr. Phil, Dr. Phil. I was going to post it, but I think I'll hold that one and show you guys that one. And it's pretty, it's pretty upright, it's honest. It was, Dr. Phil was kind of dead on it. But it would have been such a, you know, more interesting case had R. Kelly attorneys find more of the friends of or the people that was aligned with all of them girls, because girls talk. Y'all know women talk like it ain't nothing. We talk. And I'm like, wow, if you got two people that came out, you know what? Their stories, it would have meant worth something on the defense stand. The Mr. Kelly's attorney left a lot of people baffled out here because of him having that lack of defense. Like, if you say something, then I got somebody over here that's gonna say otherwise. Like, hold up, and that way you really would have a true juror that would have to sit down and really decipher through, okay, what do we believe here? But if there were more women or guys that was, close to these people that took these stands and were able to come on the defense side to say, they knew for sure that, they setting this man up, or this is something that they signed up for, or this was all a mutual thing, the XYZ talked to me, this was, the girl lived there with Asante McGee. I'm saying her name because I don't have nothing, this ain't I don't give a fuck. I'm saying her name. She doesn't say her name. She doesn't use her name. She doesn't want to use her name or anything, but you could tell with the way she's telling the story that that's who she's talking about. Good morning, Harlem. Good morning, beauty. Love you, girls. Good morning. Good morning. So if they say if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. That's one thing I think that failed with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, in my opinion. Like, the investigation really, really sucked, because that would have been one of my main freaking goals to do out here on his behalf. And that was to find people that was associated with the people that accused him of doing these things. She did put on record that Asante was 35 at the time, 35 years old. And we all know that Mr. Kelly does not have a charge that's stating anything about statutory rape or, none of that, at all. None. None. Freaking Enterprise, freaking RICO Act, stuff like that. So, it puzzles us with what exactly it is that the government may have. You have to continue on with the trial being held in Chicago. That puzzles everybody. A lot of people are yelling that there were tapes and there were tapes and there's more tapes and there's more tapes, and I can't understand that. I really can't. If I think about it rationally, thinking rationally, like, how would these people out here know if there's more tapes and more tapes if you ain't seen anything? You know what I mean? Like, you ain't seen it. They didn't even show clearly to the public the tape that they apparently tried to use in the court about him having private or sexual time with the female. I don't even understand how people can paint that picture out here on the YouTube streets. Like, you ain't seen it, but I get it. We all go off of what we hear, to give our opinion on whatever, So that I don't know. I tell you, I'm a different breed. Before I open and speak my freaking mouth on what I believe may be the truth, which is what I'm going to do as soon as I put my coat on and get in my car to get my behind where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, and that's going to be my truth. And it's a riddle for you guys. Good morning, Denise. Good morning. Good morning, Perspective. Good morning. So, I don't know, had a thorough investigation was put out here, which a lot of us apparently assumed that it was, because you had that private eye guy come on the screen. I forget his name, Sean, maybe it's Sean or something like that. I don't know, right? You would have think that would have been part of the freaking job, but I believe due to the grounds of the rules that the judge set limited on Mr. Kelly, maybe that wasn't going to work. I don't know. But in my heart, in my opinion, I do believe that if it had failed that way, and those women would have seen their friends, their pals, or their ex-boyfriends and things come up in there to contest the things that they were saying, I think that the jury would have looked at all of this in a different goddamn form of fashion, But he didn't get to have that. Now, however, you also have, this is how these stories get so entangled and have you so confused out here on what to say, how to say it, when to say it, right? It's a little hard. But you also will have these ladies come on, and for instance, like the Southern Digest something lady, right? And will say things sort of like, well, she said, I was at this last, at the gym. She went to the gym, and, and there was a group of girls over there in the sweats and things, just standing there, watching him play. Now, if we talk about the law, is that illegal? I don't think so. If you want to stand up in this gym because this man told you and to put on some goddamn sweats and watch me play a 2-hour game, and you stand there and you are of age, And you know what? That's on you. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody is mentioning to me, if I was on the juror, that they were standing over there and Mr. Kelly had guns on them, or they were tied to a wall, or they were chained to each other. As a juror, I would be listening for things like that, But she talks about that. And it helps push out the prosecution's narrative to help them pan out this goddamn enterprise. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it very, 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 very hard. Now, look, I Kelly, I rock. I'm telling you, I rock. I rock, y'all. I rock. And up there he will stay until, I feel like taking him down. But right now, I rock. And I rock due to the fact that there wasn't enough due process. People can understand that. Good morning, Ivy. There just was not enough due process because he and his defense team were prohibited to do a lot of things to go up against the prosecution. Two, having a sequestered juror, right? That hurt him. It also hurted the public eyes to be able to put their real, honest, factual opinions out here. So we have to continue to speculate. Other than the people that was down there in the courtroom, they get to speculate. They saw a lot of wrong things doing. You don't have to attend law school. You don't have to, be in a law library to have common sense of when some things are just not right about this situation. So, does it, a little bit bother me where, listening to a bunch of different stories out here when all of a sudden you have these people that wants to come out, and because it's been bothering them and it's been doing that. I'm not gonna say a little too late, you know what I'm saying, because the his attorney can, you know take a little bit more information from these people, that was friends or boyfriends or whatever of these people, and try to use some of that in the appellate courtroom. So hopefully that if a lot of these people can get in touch and or send an email or whatever, or go in to be interviewed just to have it documented on, to because they don't want to see just one man go down for this or whatever, then help him, then help him. There's a lot of us out here that just can't go as far as helping than what has already been done, because we wasn't there. I could not understand, for the sake of me, out of all of those people that we literally watched, what was that, the Bobby guy? You had Asante McGee husband. Like, what was all of that for if you're not going to reach out to the people that is being legally paid, paid to help this man? That's just baffled me. You say they went home? Yeah, they went home. Oh shit, I didn't realize I forgot to charge my damn battery. But it's where the general public that, let me see if I can put this on charge. Where the general public, people that know things, right? Your conscience is really, really going to just constantly eat up at you if you don't put things in the right box where it's supposed to go. Even if their statements or what they know don't help Mr. Kelly at this time, putting it out here just to have, the interviews or the clicks and things like that's not going to help them. Yes, it gave us the information. It gave us the information. Hello, Frankie. Hello. And things, but where did it all go? None of what all of these people came out to say, not per se against their people. For example, Geronda Pace or whatever, and I don't know, maybe they did get it there. I don't know, but because of the grounded rules that Judge Donnelly put out, it made his case a one-sided case, you guys, and that just wasn't fair. And I don't, for the sake of me, with the juror even being humans, right? And like, I would have sat there as a juror, be like, well, okay, we need to hear more from this. We need to hear more from this, and like, but and I understand that, because then you'll have the attorney or whatever, putting a motion, putting a verbal motion in or whatever, that they would like for juror number 23 or whatever to be removed from the case, blah 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 blah, and do shit like that. But I don't know. Her story, in my opinion, and the way she told, and she's still telling it, she's breaking it down. And we'll have a lot of people, because we don't know her, would come out and be like, well, no, I don't trust what she's saying. I don't, do this and to do that. But, maybe it is what it is. But, she said a lot of things that was up in there, to where, what, I'm sorry, the Asante McGee or whatever should have been questioned on that stand, cross-examined with the defense to come at her. And that's why I say from the beginning that it was very, very important for Mr. Kelly to have had a mediator in there. A mediator, technically, would have gotten both sides, read the indictment really good, or this or that, and gave Mr. Kelly personally, it would have been one-on-one with him on what the mediator knows, right? And the mediator don't work for not for the judge, and not for the prosecutor, not for the defense. So this is what I think. This is what your options are. This is what, you should do, and I could see Mr. Kelly countering, well, this didn't happen, and this didn't happen, and this didn't happen. So then now, if he's saying that this didn't happen, this wasn't this way, this wasn't this way, those were the things that should have been challenged in the courtroom, but you have a lot of people that continues to say that, Mr. Kelly, he just doesn't want to tell on anybody. He doesn't want anybody in trouble. He doesn't want, he's covered Andrea shit, so she could be out here probably to still be a mom, no matter how low she could go, no matter what she chooses to do to him. So, that there, in a sense, if that is true, it's like a person telling you, to stand down, stand back, let me handle this. I tried to take that accord too, and be like, well, okay, he doesn't want this. So Mr. Kelly, as well, as much as I root for him and pray for him or whatever, like, come on, dude, you kind of got us entangled as well. What do you want us people to do out here other than walk? Of what we can do. You know what I mean? Do you want people to crack the code or keep quiet on the code? Like, which way is it? So that is confusing. It's a lot, but now that I am in my car, I will drop her link. You guys could go over, listen to her story. It's pretty interesting. She gives some very descriptive details about some things, whatever, and she praises herself, but she felt that she wanted to tell her story. She's on her own live telling her story. I truly hope that she stays to her live and tell her stories, and not ever come and get entangled in a whole bunch of other channels, because that's her freaking story about Asante McGee. It's not so much about Mr. Kelly at all. She's speaking on Asante McGee. You're going to hear the names of people, but if you stay focused on her story, you'll hear it about how Ashanti McGee did so much, of her dirtiness to Mr. Kelly. Now, you guys keep that in mind when I tell you that Ashanti McGee, according to her story and a lot of things that we saw, her possibility of life out here was to probably grab, a man with a lot of money. Okay? Keep that in mind because now I'm moving on. And good morning to everybody. To my goddamn Wild Out and Wednesday because I have 10 minutes to be where I got to go. And I do understand, I think that my phone kind of breaks up a little bit here and there. So I apologize again for that. So I am going to do kind of like what the young lady did, Southern something digest or whatever, right? I'm going to switch the names up, but I'm going to lay out my riddle, my story for everybody, okay? When we started the channel over here, I was under the assumptions that two guys came over, John and Bill, okay? John and Bill, right? And John and Bill came over with the assumptions that I had intake that they were solely for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Being that we were looking right into John's face and not knowing who John was. Okay? Are y'all with me now? Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. I don't want to go too fast with this story. And then you guys can riddle me this in my comment area. Okay? Day number 9, like I said. Oh, I'm going 30 days. I'm going 30 days. I don't give a fuck. So, thank you, Lisa. So, now that we were all, or I'll say I was, because I was the host on the One Papoose show. If you're led to believe that, you're trying to believe a lot of things. You're hearing, the stories about some of his life, and you're listening to John and Bill, like they are taking an R. Kelly road. Let's call R. Kelly street. Let's call it a street. They've been down the R. Kelly street, right? So it all sounded like, wow, very interesting. Wow, because a lot of us is learning about R. Kelly. It's R. Kelly. But throughout the process, we just kept hearing you all look at me right in my face and don't even know who I am. And I can honestly admit, I fucking didn't know. I didn't search nowhere to know. You know what I'm saying? So, moving fast forward. Let's fast forward a little bit. So, when all of the rah-rah and the root-roos come out, right, it was basically Drunkin Larry. And Drunkin Larry clearly tells a lot of people, I have a whole lot of people out here, and and y'all don't know who is who. And then came that one big old magical word out here, informers, right? Yeah, use an informer, right? It kind of stuck to me. I'll tell you why it stuck. And don't forget, and Drunkin Larry pops in on the show over here, and him and John goes at it for a little bit of woo, and I still got that word in my damn head. It's a lot of people out here. So, fast forward, because you guys can fill in the middle parts of my show if you choose to do so. Now we come to the part where we know that I saw and I heard, I'm listening, where Jane Doe, let's call her Jane Doe, even though y'all know who I'm talking about. It's kind of reading and soliciting, which, what I like to call, wow, you're crucifying Mr. Kelly, like right on live, like, dude, okay. But in you to do that, as people say out here, like crack cars, wasn't this dude kind of worth like, $1 million freaking dollars at some point in time? You feel what I'm saying? And keep in mind about that whole goddamn Ashanti goddamn theory that I just, told you guys, right? Chasing the man with money to get the things that she needed, okay, or that she wanted. But here we are, and it seems like there's a pattern here. You know what I'm saying? So you got Jane Doe is in well touch, communications with what I like to call the crucifier. Because he did it. He shaped and molded as many people as he could, and some called in, and all of that damn shit to put, inject some poison out here against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Now, when you have a Jane Doe close to a crucifier, coming from the COVID team over there, one can only analyze it up as how you're close to these people, right? Okay. So, but we also sitting over here with the Kellz alleged member, been on the Kellz street as it was told to the One Papoose channel for reluctant of what, 15 fucking years. I was dated. It is what it is, right? Now, here comes the riddle part. Guys, riddle me this. Is John and Jane working together, or is John playing Jane for information from the Drunkin Larry team to make sure, John is pretty clever. I'll let y'all know that shit. Pretty clever on how he works and how he talks, right? So could it be possible that, okay, I need to pillow talk you and hug you and love you and all of that shit because he says that, he's Team Kellz, and maybe he needs as much information from Jane, to stack the cards together to possibly get to an attorney or whatever. Or could Jane be playing John to get whatever information that John knows about, the Kelly situation? I'm just saying. But in my eyes, and I have my glasses on, so that gives me extra vision, that shit don't look good. Now, does it? Not by the least. Not by the least, but I'm only dropping this shit because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Now, I'm trying to figure out how do two opposites, unless, Jane and John is just planning on eloping and leaving all of this shit behind. So then that would mean that Mr. Kelly gets to hang on a cliffhanger because John may be in love now. So the information that he may know or could help Mr. Kelly would never be told. Because I can't cross my, with some pink slip papers from COVID team. And maybe she won't, because maybe she is getting information. Alright, going through an area and that. So I'm just, at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck. But I also had to show you guys things were said on the channel, in my ear, and all of that shit. It makes you say, You feel what I'm saying? It makes you say, And at this point right now, out of what I have seen on these YouTube streets, listening to panels and people reactions and their thoughts or their outbursts and things, make it say, So Mr. Kelly, as much As I truly would love to believe when people open their mouths and say that they are for you, it is so many people, from what I have seen and heard, that is not for you. Because if you for him, you will ride with him, and you will not touch fucking toxic. At this point, that motherfucker, he said, fuck, I don't want to believe John said, fuck R. Kelly, because, everybody says I come before him, and, you got the, even if it is love, love, goddamn it, is powerful. Sometimes you can't stop that shit, right? No matter what's going on. But what you can stop is who you love. And if you can stop that, it's got to be a reason why who you can't love. Now, I ain't crazy. And I know when I click on this phone, it's right in my goddamn face. And that goddamn Jane set up. And, she wasn't pushing Mr. Kelly goddamn cash out. Nah. Yeah, she posted his goddamn address, for the Western Union thing, I believe, once or so. But she keeps that goddamn wifey information running across the screen. Now, I don't know if I'm, living now more so in the real world or a fake world. I mean, just technically, I kind of know I live the real world. But this is where you have to distinguish between abnormal and normal ass motherfuckers. Period. But I'm just, I'm just the host, like they say, with the motherfucking most when I'm ready to do it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Opposites do attract. Now, don't get me wrong. Opposites do attract. But at the end of the day, I thought that, it was for Mr. Kelly. But now I have to think otherwise. I really do. So, I don't know. And that's just my riddle for goddamn day, y'all. Riddle me that shit. How does that work? How does that work? How does it work? To me, there's only one goddamn option. And that's for, in my opinion, Jane and motherfucking Joe, pack that goddamn suitcase, leave that shit alone now. Because that shit don't look right. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't gonna be right. Who's for who and who ain't for who? I'm just saying. She worked. Jane worked. Jane was putting out, Drunkin Larry's information, reading his emails and all of that shit. Yeah. John was, putting out 15 years of information of, I guess assumptions of Mr. Kelly's life. Yeah. That's like mixing, goddamn it, Kool-Aid with sand. But let these people tell it out here. I ain't the smartest motherfucker. Yeah, sit back and watch this shit play out. That's it. That's all. How's everybody doing in the chat? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? I have that shit called, y'all. Day number 9. And I'm going to be working on day 10. And I will not be quiet. Not right now. I will not be quiet. But you guys can go to my community and check that out. If only Mr. Kelly's case could have played out just a little bit different of a normal case. That was an abnormal ass goddamn trial. It was abnormal. We have to see and wait and what's going to go down in Chicago. I can't tell you if there was no tapes or this or that. What I can tell you, in my honest opinion, that Mr. Kelly lived his life as he chose to see fit. I see that the government And these females, after not getting some things that they wanted, or whether if he cut it off or he did this or whatever, turned bitter and they turned against this man. I can see that. I can see that part, you know. I still have not, heard as far as this 2018 and 19 case coming out. Nothing. You don't get, you're good, that's good to know, that's good. You don't hear a whole bunch of parents coming out. I hope that they, when it comes to Dominique, I've been waiting on like a private hour or somebody or whatever, even bringing up the issue and checking all back into Dominique's mother background. How did you get this? You lived, like broke. Like, what was her jobs? And I get it that there wasn't enough time or there wasn't enough money for, a lot of things to be pursued in the investigation or whatever. I get all of that shit. But baby, he needed better investigations, because a person's past will definitely tell a little bit of your future. Yeah, it will. How did she get, would she have a restaurant? How she got that? How she get this? How she get that? How did they get these homes? I'd have been digging all the way back. What was they, just back. You say you could see it with your 6 eyes, girl. Oh. So, I don't know. There was a lot of things that could have been done that just wasn't done. I'm going to play you guys this clip about with Dr. Phil, right? But I'll tell you, and then I'll just come back and replay it so that you can hear it from him. Because I don't think I said it's not him. It's in this phone, and I don't know how to get it up to show on this phone. Yeah, I'm quite experienced, got that down to a T yet. But Dr. Phil, obviously, he stated that he would have had the opportunity to interview quite a few of the ladies. If y'all did y'all catch that clip? Did y'all happen to come across a Dr. Phil? But I want to show it. I want you guys to see his face when he states what he has to say, right? And he said that he could not do their interviews. And it was quite a few of the females that obviously must have came through, or he had his people contact them and things like that, and they showed up, and he said he sat there and he was listening to their stories, right? Listen to the stories. I like the comments under there, though. We're going to read some of the comments, But he said that I listened to their stories, and I just couldn't interview none of them. In other words, he seems to appear to want to say that it was just something that was just shaky with all of their stories. And he didn't believe that there was much anything factual for him to bring them on a live production to show to the world. He did, I believe, and I'm going to try to quote him, that, that may be their story. And I was sitting here like, damn, shout out to Dr. Phil. He didn't just listen to them and got in his feelings like Gayle King did and boom, start throwing these stories out there. He didn't do that. He kept his whole fucking feelings out of it. I think you may have one comment or two comments that be like, oh, well, you're being biased or you're being biased. And I couldn't find any bias in his story by him making a choice to choose to, hold off on y'all stories. Something just ain't panning out right. So he didn't want to have, to me, one-sided stories of accusing and allegations on his show. But if somebody saw differently and made him biased. I felt that he was unbiased, No, that was a definitely good choice. If I can't produce and put out a whole story, meaning two sides, it's just two sides to every story, I can't run this. I will give the perception to the people out here because 10 people have spoken that this is the fact. So I'm going to play that for you guys. It's pretty interesting. I was like, wow, damn, shout out to Dr. Phil. No feelings in it at all. What's the goddamn dilemma behind this shit? That's what, Yeah, it is. It's how, who, what, when, where, girl. It is. It is. But I had to drop that. Didn't feel like getting all loud or whatever. You know. Let her have her vacation. Let her have her goddamn vacation. But one motherfucking goddamn paragraph, bitch, I'm motherfucking coming. And I'm still gonna come. It don't even matter. You ain't got the right shit at all. Not at all. Not at all. But I know with the information that is put out about a freaking telephone log, I guess it is safe to say on that December 24th, fucking Christmas Eve or whatever it was, Christmas 25th at some damn 1:30, 2:30 in the morning, it appears to me that you ain't moved. It appears to me that you ain't moved yet. Then I had you where you want to come out and criticize or downplay because I'm coming out here in the public. It ain't your fault. Remember what you said. It ain't your fault. I'm coming out here and doing woo, 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 whatever in the public, and you get to lay around on your ass and do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. Now, let me tell you what's funny about that with Jane Doe. Bitch, I ain't got to catch a plane for it. I ain't risking my motherfucking life trying to ride a motherfucking pony. Now, ain't that fucked up? How you got a whole fucking bitch that will catch a plane for it, or allegedly already been living there. Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, right? But I do know for a fact, according to that motherfucking call log, you wasn't there. And your ass should have been caught a flight. You should have been motherfucking gone. But that's what I tell you about bitches that got motherfucking struggles. You got a whole motherfucking struggle over there. All that want. And your ass is calling DJ at 2:30, 1:30, and 2:30 and 1:30 in the motherfucking morning. And everybody out here should know, and you with your loved one at 1:30, 2:30, you snoring or you motherfucking fucking. And you wasn't doing neither one. You got struggles, bitch. You got motherfucking struggles. See how you try to press and prove one motherfucking point? And I'm over here on the other motherfucking point. Bitch, aren't you with your man? Ain't you with your nigga? Huh? Fuck is you texting or calling another nigga? You a hoe. I want. Now that's a fucked up situation. Like I said, you be laying next to one motherfucker. You probably had to get up, go to the bathroom, and call DJ and get the whispering this shit, nigga. Thought I told you I'm a star. I thought I told you. Oh, don't get quiet now, bitch. I'ma call out all your motherfucking mishaps. Y'all thought I wasn't gonna come with no bullshit. Y'all ought to know I'm coming with some bullshit. I done told y'all I'm good most of the time. And it's gonna be some times I ain't shit. I ain't shit. You's a whole hoe, girl. You's a whole hoe. You's a whole hoe, girl. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. Since you want to keep this shit up, we ain't killing this shit yet. Nah, we ain't killing this shit just yet. Nah. Not when I can tickle my motherfucking self on your shit. I'm going on vacay. Girl, you better call them other niggas, let them know where you at, for they be ringing your phone while you riding that motherfucking pony, because that's a whole motherfucking distraction, bitch. That whole motherfucking dick gonna go down with all your phone. Where you at? Where you at? Bring me that kitty cat. Girl, you gonna need a whole new phone, girl. You need a whole new motherfucking phone. Don't worry though. He gonna get you right. He gonna get you a whole bunch of new ass shit. But before I end this, now that I think about it, bitch, it makes sense why you chose to goddamn it be the court reporter for the COVID side for Drunkin Larry. It makes motherfucking sense. Cause when they dropped that shit out here that this nigga was the expert in card cracking and coming up on $1 million fucking, Larry dropped that shit about he got some money. Girl, let me find out that Larry was your motherfucking target too. Let you bet, ooh, cha, you bet not ever let me find that shit out because Larry motherfucking ass could have bought your ass a bunch of motherfucking purses too, girl. You better make sure that, girl. But see, once Larry start making sure that you knew that Janine was in the picture, bitch, and he wasn't leaving her. And then when you found out they had that damn wedding ceremony, you knew like shit. I ain't got a chance with this motherfucking nigga. Didn't I tell you your ass belong on that Lifetime pictures with them bitches? You a whole motherfucking industry, internet motherfucking hoe. Yeah, you chasing niggas that you think got that scribbles for to keep up your Berkey bag habit, girl. You better hope. Thank you, Tanea. Woo, cha. She better hope that Pap don't find out that, bitch, you was on Drunkin Larry nuts, bitch. You better hope I don't find out that Drunkin Larry cracked some cars for your ass. It's gonna be goddamn doomsday, baby. I'm gonna clown your ass. That's gonna paint your whole motherfucking picture, girl. You better hope that now one of them people out here hit me with that motherfucking information. And that shit true. Girl. Girl. Mm, mm, mm. You a whole fucking thought. But no worries. No worries, because sometimes it takes a man to clean up a whole hoe, but one man already know you can't turn a hoe to a housewife, motherfucker. You can't do it. Ain't gonna motherfucker happen. She can't let him go. She gonna keep them bag up plans, them bag up Berkeys, them bag up motherfucking dollar bills. She gonna keep them niggas in the rear. Shit, in case this shit don't work out, she can call old Johnny and Billy and Larry. Oh shit. You say she said to ooh the raw ooh cha ooh Robert girl, she probably put a price on that motherfucker, but didn't nobody cash app. You got drip for sale, bitch. You got drip for sale. Lord have mercy. I got to go, y'all. I just wanted to riddle y'all that, just to know y'all, so y'all can know that, Pap is a thinker. Pap is a thinker. Pap ain't come out here to get caught up in none of this shit, baby. But I can tell some shit when I'm ready to tell it. And when I'm ready to tell it, I just try not to be that nosy. Just a little bit. How you with your nigga? I mean with my nigga. I'm flying out when a bitch you're making a phone call at 2:30 in the morning to motherfucking DJ. Who you with? Huh? In my Bernie Mac voice, who you with? But have no fear. 30 days will be near. Then I will shut the fuck up. I will definitely shut the fuck up. I definitely will. There's some shit you wanted to start, and it's gonna be some shit that I'm going in. Simple as that. That's just that. But, however, you guys, you want to hear this young lady's story? It'll be in my community. The link will be on there. You can click on it, and give her a thumbs up over there because, for us, just listening to her commentary. That's her story. But along with her story and a lot of other people's stories that come out here, it just entangles this case, entangles this case, and entangles this goddamn case, boy. It really, really does. So I guess the main point to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly when it comes to him is to distinguish between what was legal and what was not legal, according to, since they wanted to put this man's private affairs out here. Private affairs out here. I think he might have had one, maybe two of some guys that come out and was talking about you know how they worked in the office and they did this and they did that, but they got paid for it or whatever, so of course one man can't put music out and run a front desk, or invite people in, invite people out, and all of that stuff. You have to put other people, to oversee quite a few things that, that you need to be overseen when you have office or people want to meet with you and to talk to you about a certain song or even to listen to a demo or things like that. It coming to reconfigure a bedroom or something. People going to be coming in and out and stuff, but right now, for some reason, the government, they wanted him this bad, you guys, to take this to this caliber of an execution. They wanted him this bad. And right now, it just has to be prayer out to Jennifer Bonjean for stepping up at the near end, because he's not quite at the end of what they're trying to do to him, to overturn his case, so that I see a lot of people was hoping and wishing that he can be out on bond while he awaits to do the Chicago trial, so that he can properly prepare for that, so that we don't have to continue to hear, oh, it's the coronavirus out here and attorneys couldn't get in, and this or that. It's a coronavirus out here, when the attorney had to go to the grocery store or had to go get the, bottle of wine, or had to go have a celebration with this family doing whatever birthday or holiday it was. It's the same. That coronavirus didn't discriminate. It really didn't. But his attorneys had one in a million excuses, a whole lot of them. The PI, said that he visited, and then that's when the episode came out about the camera. Remember that shit? There's a camera up in the goddamn visitation room for them to meet private. So, that was a whitewash. That went away. The information about with Tasha K and the lady over in Milwaukee or something that, was moving emails that should have been private or whatever, got into the system, that went away. A lot of technicalities that would have worked in Mr. Kelly's favor, they all got like washed up underneath the rug. How, I guess sometimes an attorney will find whether, if this is any relevancy to his case, to have certain charges dismissed or whatever. But it's to their own discretion, pretty much, on how they, what materials are we going to pick? What people are we going to pick to help us fight this case? And, I don't know. I want to believe that Canick and them did their best. I do. I really want to believe that. However, I don't know. If you're sitting up in there with three attorneys, this is just how I roll. I got three attorneys. One of my assistants is going to be the protege to kick off the shit up in that goddamn courtroom. When we smell some shit going down, you take the hit, because it's okay if she puts you out. It's okay. But we're still working with two more, because then that way we can see where the judge's head is at in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I would have moved on that one. Wait one goddamn minute. Other than holding, one of my counterpartners in contempt and doing 10 days in jail. But somebody you gonna have to take the hit, because it's chess. in order to see if she's running this case lawfully, and balanced, checked and balanced on it. It had that was this was a case that had to go, in my opinion, down that way. I'm sorry. You say the PI confuses you too, kind of makes you wonder what really was his job. What was his job? Because it was obvious that we know that one of the jobs was that he even admitted of, that he can do, have the power of doing, and that was what, going after Bookham. Well, that never happened. That was a whole it was a whole show, and nothing never happened because Bookham still steady came on. Did he get quiet about the PI? Yeah, Bookham got a little bit quiet about it, so I don't know if he felt threatened by the PI or not. But what did the PI say? We're on to you. We're on to you. There's a lot of people that came. We're on to you. Nothing happened behind it. So that's what keeps me that thought of this goddamn drunken Larry saying all of these, I got hundreds and hundreds, there's hundreds of people out here, and people don't know who is who and who's behind what, because basically for a year and a half, roughly, all was shown out here was a goddamn shit show. That was it. That was it. A shit show. That man had a trial with only, what was it, 5 to 6 people on a defense for him? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That should have been the first thing, one of the first things that should have been said and done. When the judge asks, how many of this? How is it that the prosecutor knew that, the judge knew that the prosecution had close to 40 to 50 people that they was going to be bringing in? Why the defense, goddamn it, say, well, we gonna have 40 to 50 goddamn people coming in here. I don't know, dig them out the goddamn mud. Dig them out the goddamn mud. You got 50 people up there to 5. That was a losing cause right there. Huh? You mean to tell me that one person's word, which was, what was it, Keith on it down there or whatever, his is going to outweigh 50 goddamn people? Are you out your damn man? No, 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 no. Mm-mm. 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 Yeah, my cease and desist was fucked up, but you know what I mean. With everybody knew what I mean, and she knew what I meant when I put it up there because she elaborated and tried to correct it. You know what the fuck I meant. Yeah, I put that T on there quite a bit, but I know what the fuck it meant. I know exactly what it meant, and I'm sure everybody else did too. Most people don't respond to things that you don't know what they mean. And trying to be politically correct on addressing someone to be sarcastic about it, man, I don't roll with motherfuckers like that. Stand-up people and good people will correct a person. Bad people comes out to try to shame a person. So that was a sign right there on how fucking dirty and toxic that bitch is. She had to make a whole motherfucking 5-page paragraph because I put a T on fucking ceased. Cease that shit. Because when I say it, it sounds like I am saying it with a T on the end. I know good goddamn well what the fuck cease and desist mean. I just had to put that out there. So thanks for putting that word up in there, Beauty. She wrote a whole fucking biography because I put a fucking T on there. But that just shows you how you can distinguish between toxic ass people and good people. See, because a good person did what Beauty just did. She wrote it correctly in there, and I can see it. And I thank her for that. But I know how to spell it, and I know what it is meant for and how to use it. But because I put a T on there, I had to have a toxic ass motherfucker who felt like I should be ashamed of myself for doing so. Bitch, I put 2 G's on dog. And what's the problem with that? I bet you know that I said dog. Dog, D-O-G-G. I will put 2 motherfucking G's on a dog. I will. I will fuck a goddamn word up. Sure the fuck will. But I guarantee you that the smartest people who is not toxic clearly knows what the fuck was meant to be there. And then the type of people that I fuck with. And when your life is all fucking fucked up, you ragged on me about trying to come out so that I can live productively. But then I got a whole bitch that ragged on that shit that's riding out to suck motherfucking dick. I mean, that's kind of productive if you're looking for some sexual healing. I understand that. But bitch, don't ever motherfucking try to life shame, bitch, because that's a whole motherfucking life shamer right there. And especially after your ass done sat here and recorded 7 to 8 to 9 motherfucking niggas to play on the motherfucking YouTube. Now that's some life shaming ass shit. That's some life shaming ass shit. That's some mind control ass shit, bitch. Ain't nobody actually demanded that you put some proof up about that. Who you trying to be? You trying to prove shit to yourself that your shit fucked up? Cause that's what the fuck you doing. Cause you come right behind it and heal your motherfucking illness with paragraphs. You about the Black Blue Street, so many done put cease and desist out, girl, it all on each other, going to jail, a whole bunch of stuff. But see, that stuff right there, that ain't my fight. Like I told you, I pay enough taxes. I'm not trying to go give the government any extra goddamn money, bailing out of jail, finding an attorney. Who got time for that? You going to jail and I'm gonna be you up on site. I know that's right. But like who seriously got, man, my money goddamn is precious to me. I be hanging up on the goddamn police officer when they be wanting some extra money for the police reform. Out of all of the shit going on out here, she wants to pick out because I put a T on the motherfucker ceased. Oh my Lord, your whole life is shame, girl. Shame, 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 shame. Shame. Who that nigga you was talking to in your house, huh? Whispering and shit. Sit upright. Why you doing that? You don't want that to eat? What? Stop snoring. Girl, bye. Bye, bye, bye. I put a Z on hoe. Hoes. Hoes. You the hoes. You for the hoes. You the hoes. Girl, bye. Put whatever fucking letter I want in some goddamn shit. But you bet to believe when I'm writing a formal goddamn paper that has to be time stepped and moved up the goddamn and chain the ladder up in here. Oh, baby, the words are good. They're good. And when damn near I'm at 90, maybe 91% of my cases, I'm doing okay. Some of them I don't win. And that's when I have to go send them fuckers on up to, to the arbitration ladder. Yeah. Then there's fight up there. But anyways, you guys, y'all have a good day. I got to go make it do what it do. Go do what it do. And I hope all of you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Even the goddamn dick rider. It's Zorro. But that's my riddle. And y'all think about it. I don't know how it looks to y'all. But that's how it looks to me. What will happen to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly with so many people that's claiming that, I'm for you, can put the correct information out here? I'm going to be sitting right here and waiting to see how the Jane Doe and Jane and John is going to carry this out. Will they disappear? Will he get the information that he needs to be dropping to people that needs to be having certain information? Or will she get the information that she needs? It depends how well the relationship goes. It does. Will Drunkin Larry fire his main court YouTube reporter? What will happen? Is Drunkin Larry getting all of the information that he needs for when he get ready to come back out here? He knows what to say and how to pick up on some shit. Things that make you go, hmm. Were they already always together? Or did they just meet up and decide to keep up a bunch of bullshit? Hmm. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Leave me in the comments of what you think. Because this episode's right here is running off of Jane, Dell, and John. How will it end? How will it end? Will it help Mr. Kelly? Or does it not help Mr. Kelly? Is this a fantasy island fucking bullshit? And who was for who? Hmm. Opposites motherfucking attract. Wow. Man, I'm finna call Star. I'm finna call Star and get him this motherfucking story, boy. That's some hot goddamn tea. Mm-hmm. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.